It's a blessed day, Chen Champions. Welcome to Live with Chatufa. We are looking at issues that are happening in the nation as we continue to give you updates of what is happening in Zimbabwe, in the neighboring countries, as well as all over the world. Very surprising things that continue to happen in the nation as we are looking at the kind of behavior that we are seeing from Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. The main question of what is happening is, why is ZEC conducting secret voter registrations in rural Zimbabwe? This is an issue that is ongoing, and it still remains an issue that is very puzzling. Why Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF are instructing ZEC to be doing some, private or secret voter registration in the rural Zimbabwe. What is the plan? What is it that they want to do? It means something is up the sleeves with ZANU-PF. As always, we know that these people, they always act treacherously. They are always scheming and planning, and something is up there. Pindula News reports that the Zimbabwe Electoral Commission is conducting a voter registration blitz targeting rural areas where ZANU-PF has historically dominated in the past elections. But the process is reportedly being carried out without the usual public announcement. So this is what we are looking at happening. And the main question still remains, why are things happening this way? What is the plan of Emmerson Mnangagwa? What is it that he wants to do? And of course, looking at the situation on the ground, trying to understand what could be happening, we can safely conclude that Mnangagwa could be thinking about the issue of the referendum. It could be the issue of referendum, where he wants to take the issue of the 2030 Vanengevachipo through a referendum, through parliament, and then the referendum is done. That is why maybe he wants to be conducting some voter registration where he has to be eliminating some people that are deemed to be against him or against the idea of the 2030. This could be a secret ploy why Mnangagwa is doing this, because it really doesn't make sense to think that he could be doing this for elections that shall be coming maybe sometime in 2028. I don't think it wouldn't make sense today. It really wouldn't make sense for him to do it today, because at the end of some 4 years to come, obviously there will be quite a number of other new voters that will have come in. For him to be holding on to a record of this time, it may not be making that much sense. So, which means it could be a voting exercise that is supposed to be done in the near future, not very far from now, which could possibly be a referendum voting about him proceeding to 2030, as we have always seen that this is the very ploy of Mnangagwa, wanting to stay in power until 2030 for reasons best known to himself. With the failure that we are seeing Mnangagwa having done in Zimbabwe, the way that Mnangagwa has just destroyed things in Zimbabwe, it really does not make sense why he would want to continue to run Zimbabwe with the kind of economy that we have, the kind of stagnation, the poverty, unemployment, and all the other systems and the arms of government that have lost direction totally. Zimbabwe is directionless as we speak, all owing to the maladministration of Emmerson Mnangagwa and ZANU-PF. So we are going to be still watching and listening to what could be happening, what really is up the sleeves with ZANU-PF. Why are they conducting a voter registration exercise, especially in rural areas where ZANU-PF is known to be dominating? It's known to be dominating. That's the major issue there. What is it that they want to do? What are they planning? And it can never, like I said, it can never be something of a very long time ahead. It could be something that they want to do immediately. But we are still worried because ZANU-PF still wants to, hoodwink people, frog-march people, force people into these activities of voting, which are not democratic. And at the end of the day, they don't produce the result, the true reflection of what the Zimbabwean people want. So all that we are looking at is a ploy by a failed government. But what Mnangagwa does not remember is that he can still be having a tough time even winning that very idea. Within ZANU-PF itself, there is quite a lot of resistance to that 2030 agenda. Of course, he has some people that are just loud-mouthed, who want to pretend as if all is well. And the whole issue about provinces endorsing him, we know what he's doing. It's just individuals that are, speaking on behalf of the rest of the people not really like asking people individually. If they really were democratic to want to see if ZANU-PF people want Mnangagwa to proceed, why not do a secret ballot? If they do a secret ballot, you could be very surprised that many people in ZANU-PF, they don't want Mnangagwa anymore. Mnangagwa has caused the suffering of many people, including those that are in ZANU-PF. It's not everyone that is eating from ZANU-PF. It's a majority of the people who are the supporters of ZANU-PF are, wailing in abject poverty. They don't have anything. They don't have homes. They don't have income. They don't have business. They don't have, food in their homes. And these are people that are very unhappy. They wouldn't want at any cost to have a man like Emmerson Mnangagwa, especially declaring that he still wants to go up to 2030. But unfortunately, they know the truth. That's why they would never want to do an open voting process that can be transparent right within their party, right within ZANU-PF. But of course, even if ZANU-PF people can say all of them, for example, they want him to proceed, but still, if it's a referendum, it will have to be done by every Zimbabwean citizen. And is he going to succeed with the Zimbabweans? Because Zimbabweans are sick and tired of Mnangagwa and all his failures. These are corruption, the shenanigans of ZANU-PF, and all that we have seen happening in our nation. So for him to think that he can push through and succeed through a referendum, and unless he plays some tricks with the voters' roll, like maybe what he's doing, but we don't know how that is going to work, because there are also areas where ZANU-PF does not dominate, areas where ZANU-PF is very weak, areas that like urban areas, and of course other rural areas where ZANU-PF has lost the grip. We don't know how they are going to deal with those areas. Maybe they're just going to be registering those that they deem theirs, and they leave the rest of the people. But still, it's not going to be that easy. No. So for Mnangagwa to be planning his survival, it's normal. Every person could do that. Everyone would want to protect themselves. But unfortunately, the time is up for him. There is no way that Mnangagwa is going to survive what is coming. The season of change has come, and this is the time for the change for Zimbabwe. This is the time that the Lord is bringing restoration and change to Zimbabwe, and it's going to happen. Mnangagwa can try all he can, but he is not going to succeed on this one. It's not going to be as easy as he might think. What is really on the ground is that the people of Zimbabwe have spoken, and the people of Zimbabwe are unhappy with what they are seeing happening exactly in Zimbabwe. So we are still watching to see how far this is going to go. We know that in this season, there is nothing that is hidden. Whatever that they are hiding, whatever that they are planning behind the scenes, we are eventually going to get to know what they are, and we will continue to be exposing them. We will expose ZANU-PF, we will expose Mnangagwa until we get to know or to have our victory. So, family, this is what it is. And I really want to thank you and appreciate you for joining us on this very particular show. So, as always, we continue to encourage you for you to continue to receive more and more messages that we share on this platform. Please subscribe to the channel, like and share, and also put a comment. We want to also hear your contribution on the subject in question, so we can make a discussion, a conversation, and then we can share ideas. That is the important thing about this platform. Otherwise, thank you so much for joining me on the show. Remain blessed till we meet again in the upcoming show. Shalom and shalom.